All right, we are here I'm here with Ben Stark. This is our Draft 1 draft deck. We watched him draft on camera just about half an hour ago. When you came into here, you weren't looking the happiest.
I'm not real happy with this deck. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay, so we saw kind of a struggle is between Gruul and Simic.
Yeah.
You ended up, it looks like, in a straight Gruul deck.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to play 3. I mean, there could always be a light splash, but I was basically getting a lot of good green cards, like Krokanoras and Wasteland Vipers were late and stuff. So then I was just trying to decide whether it was going to be Gruul or Simic, right. Green, red, or green, blue. And I was getting about an even distribution, but in the end, the Simic cards really came, and it was too late at that point. I should be Simic. Like, I would have a much better deck.
Yeah. Is 3-color something you try to avoid in this format?
Yeah, I mean, you can light splash, but you cannot play a 3-color deck in this format where all the 2 and 3 mana cards are so powerful. I mean, not a straight 3. I mean, obviously, if you're Simic and you have a Gruul Guildgate and you want to splash a Clan Defiance, go nuts. But like, there's no way that you can play a straight 3 deck and have it be good.
So a couple things I'm going to talk about some individual picks. Early on in the draft, you started the draft with a pick 1, pack 1 Simic Manipulator, followed up with a True Fire Paladin. Neither of those are in the deck. Tell me a bit about where your direction was at that point.
Well, Simic Manipulator I felt like was the best card in the pack, so I took it. I mean, I'm open to drafting whatever, and I like Simic. Second pick, True Fire Paladin, was just by miles the best card in the pack. It might have been a close pick if there was like a Cloudfin Raptor. I don't think there was. I think there was like a Shamble Shark.
Shamble Shark was the best Simic card.
And I'm not going to take a Shamble Shark over a True Fire Paladin when I don't have any cards yet. I just have a first pick. I mean, for all I know, there's going to be 3 blue drafters and the guy passing to me, or there's going to be none. Yeah. So at that point, I'm not going to miss out on a card like True Fire Paladin.
You told me you thought True Fire Paladin is actually probably a stronger card than the Manipulator, right?
True Fire Paladin is probably better than the Manipulator. They're pretty close. True Fire Paladin's really good. It's a very aggressive format. It's a 2-drop that can always attack, that is relevant in the late game. And it's just great.
So later in that pack, I noticed because you kind of didn't have more than 4 playables in one deck at the end of pack 1, you picked a Naturalize over a Simic Guildgate late in the pack. Is that more of, is there specific, that's more of the thing you're talking about with 2 versus 3 colors?
It depends on the deck, but Simic Guildgate is not very good because Simic often has 1-drops. It has Cloudfin Raptors and Wasteland Vipers and Experiment 1. Is that the one?
Human 1-drop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, you don't really want to play it, frankly. I mean, a lot of times in that deck, even if I am just straight blue-green and I have a Simic Guildgate, I'll just play 9 Islands, 8 Forests if I have 2 Cloudfin Raptors. I'll just leave the Simic Guildgate in the board. I'm not trying to not be able to play my 1-drop on 1,
Right. So a couple things about the deck. You were a lot of your Krokanoras, which you had, there's the 1/3 Evolver, didn't find too many ways to evolve them. Yeah. We have Scab Clan Chargers. So what's this deck's path to victory then? Because for our creatures, we don't have the Madcap skills.
Sure, yeah, there's not really a clear path to victory. That's why the deck's pretty dicey. I'm just going to have to grind it out. I mean, I certainly have ways to kill things, with the Wasteland Vipers and all the Blood Rush, decent-sized creatures and a decent curve. But I mean, I'm going to need basically my tricks to work, maybe them to draw an extra land or 2 than me, I don't know. I mean, this deck doesn't really have a clear path to victory. I mean, attacking, combat tricks, Cinder Elemental, Flyer, enchantment, removal, Dominarid's good. I mean, there are ways I can win games, but there's certainly not a path to victory, so to speak.
Last question. If there's one common that you were really hoping for but didn't see, what would be the one you would have hoped to see in this deck?
There really isn't one like that. I mean, Swine is really good. I would have definitely liked a Swine because it would have evolved my Krokanors. So if there's one, it's Swine. But all I really want was more of the good commons. Like if I could have had a Mugging or 2, another Ember Beast, another Slaughterhorn, I mean, that's what I'm looking for, and a Swine or 2, just more of the good red-green commons, and I just didn't see them, frankly.
Well, you're the only X1 in your pod. There's an X1-1, otherwise a bunch of X2s. So you may or may not know your first-round matchup. Wish you the best of luck, though.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right.
SCG Live is brought to you by StarCityGames.com, and we are very proud to be hosting Grand Prix Miami on June 28th through the 30th at the beautiful Miami Beach Convention Center. GP Miami will be a standard tournament with over $30,000 in prizes, invites and plane tickets to the Pro Tour, and much more. Grand Prix Miami is going to be one of the must-attend events of the year, so stay tuned for our exciting lineup of promotions and special events at Grand Prix Miami on StarCityGames.com. SCG Live is brought to you by StarCityGames.com, where you can now pre-order dual decks, Sorin vs. Tibalt decks, singles, and accessories, featuring 2 of Innistrada's biggest, baddest planeswalkers. The release date for this exciting new product is March 15th, so visit StarCityGames.com and pre-order dual decks, Sorin vs. Tibalt today.